You may have seen ads claiming that red light therapy can repair the inner ear and actually reverse hearing loss. And here's the interesting part. There really is science behind the idea. But does that mean it actually works in humans? Not so fast. Hi, I'm Chuck Smith, owner of Affordable Hearing, with locations in Rochester, Logansport, and Lafayette, Indiana. I came across a recent article by audiologist Dr. Layne Garrett that took a really good look at the research behind something called photobiomodulation. That's the scientific name for what most people call red light or near infrared light therapy. Here's the basic idea. Deep inside your inner ear is the cochlea. Inside the cochlea are tiny sensory hair cells that help turn sound into signals your brain can understand. Those cells require energy to function, and that energy is produced by structures inside the cells called mitochondria. Think of mitochondria like tiny power plants for your cells. Photobiomodulation uses specific wavelengths of light with the idea that the light may stimulate mitochondrial activity and help cells function better. So biologically, it's a pretty interesting idea, and researchers have seen some promising results. But here's where we need to separate promising research from proven treatment. A 2024 systematic review looked at 17 studies involving photobiomodulation and hearing loss. Most of that research involved animals or animal tissues. And some animal studies did show improvements in hearing, particularly using wavelengths around 800 to 830 nanometers. That is exciting research. But there's a huge difference between showing something works in a mouse or a guinea pig and proving it restores hearing in you. The human cochlea sits deep inside the temporal bone of the skull. So one major question researchers still have to answer is whether enough light can actually reach the human inner ear at the right dose to create a meaningful effect. And here's the part I really want you to remember. In that 2024 review, there was only one human study involving about 30 people, and that study did not find a statistically significant improvement in hearing. Now, tinnitus is a little more complicated. A newer systematic review found that some studies reported short-term improvements in tinnitus symptoms, but those benefits often decreased after about 3 to 6 months. So does that mean red light therapy is a scam? No, it's not what I'm saying. The science behind photobiomodulation is legitimate, and I hope researchers continue studying it. But there's a huge difference between saying this is an interesting treatment researchers are investigating and saying this will regenerate your hearing. We simply don't have the human evidence to make that second claim right now. And this is something I tell people all the time. When somebody claims they've discovered something that can reverse hearing loss, don't just look at testimonials. Ask 3 questions. Has it been tested in humans? Was it compared against a placebo? And most importantly, did an actual hearing test show that people's hearing improved? Because feeling better and measuring better are not necessarily the same thing. I would love to see a treatment someday that could regenerate the damaged structures of the inner ear and restore hearing. Researchers around the world are working toward that goal. But until the evidence gets there, be careful about spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on someone promising you that red light can reverse your hearing loss. Have you seen advertisements for red light therapy for hearing loss or tinnitus? Tell me what they've been claiming in the comments, because I'd like to know what you're seeing.